afternoon, or is it evening? What, no, good afternoon or morning? What is it? Morning. Hey, I am Thomas Valles. My story was portrayed in the movie McFarland USA. I was one of the athletes on the 1987 state championship team. Mr. White had 9 state championships altogether. The team that Johnny and I were on, we were the slowest of all 9. And eventually that would be a grade field that we would eventually pick those grades as we got older. But we always knew working in the fields, when it was hot during the summer, when school was out, we always had to work in the fields to provide for our families. So it was my brother and I working in the fields, and it was never ending. Every day was Monday through Saturday. We would have Sundays off, and that was every summer. Eventually, my parents did divorce, and either I lived with my mom or my dad at one time or another, but I always had to work in the field to help support my family. And I remember my mom taking me to work in the cotton. We'd hoe the weeds in the middle of the rows, walking down, and in the morning was not that bad. In Canada, and we ran against some great competition, and it opened up our eyes to what's out there. Also, 1984, that was the year that the Olympics were held in Los Angeles at the Coliseum. Mr. White had us up at past midnight, wee hours in the morning, awaiting for an Olympic torch run through Eugene. You know, Eugene, Oregon, for those of you that are runners, run track and cross country, Eugene, Oregon is Track Town, USA. So the Olympic torch went through there in '84, and we were able to see that. Eugene, Oregon, and the Olympic torch, watching the Olympic torch, and I shared the story with them, and my kids were looking at me and said, "Dad, you seen the Olympic torch?" And back then, I didn't think it was a big deal. Watching the Olympics and the Olympic movement and the pride to cheer on the United States, whether it be swimming, volleyball, I have a lot of pride in that. But a lot of pride that I have is growing up in McFarland and the hard work we put in the classroom and in our sports.
And so when we would go run, after work we would go run 10, 12 miles. It seemed like you can do that in about an hour and a half. It seemed nothing compared to your 10 hours you would put it in at work. So that's the kind of stuff that Mr. White instilled in us. One thing that Mr. White did, I don't know, cross country, track, football, basketball, volleyball, what he instilled in us or some of his philosophies, I now, Mr. Thomas Valles, he took over his running program. In the movie, he was a PE teacher. He was a PE teacher, and he retired, and I took over his position. I'm the PE teacher at the same school where he, Mr. White, we worked Blanco. We used to call him Blanco. White Blanco, out of Cariño, we would call him. You know, and
here, since most of you guys do 3 sports, that's what we are. We're a strong community. McFarland, the population of McFarland is 14,000. Our school size back in '87 was 400 students. Now it's about 800. And so we're a small community, but Mr. White did, like several, he also inspired me to become a teacher, a physical education teacher. And so, guys, attitude is everything. Wake up in the morning, you can have a good day, you can have a bad day. Choose to be awesome every morning. Choose to be awesome every morning. And with that, guys, God bless you guys, and we'll give it up to your coach. If there's any